Hi, I'm Ryan Roybal, and I'm kind of like a tech nerd with a little bit of art mixed there in the background, then kind of segueing into more of the artistic realm. Worked for 10 years as a designer for Audi in Germany, and just recently walked away and started moving 100% into the NFT space. I think the space is incredible right now because the space is allowing us to empower creatives, artists, in a way that hasn't really been available before. Like, the space is the tech, it is the community, it is that catalyst between community and collectors. And I think this is like enabling artists or creative people to now have a wider audience, have a larger connection or more intimate connection between their collectors, their community, and allow them to start to develop artwork that's now touching individuals on a more humanistic level. It's unique for each individual, I think. Like, we also have like fully vetted artists who are in the contemporary art world for 10, 20, 30 years. And they're coming up to us like, hey, I heard a lot about blockchain technology. How can we implement that into our workflow? And I think there's a lot of validity in that as well, because they're now seeing opportunities that they hadn't quite been even aware of. So it's like one artist had a lot of like rough sketches that they had done. And we're like, well, that's really valuable. That really is like an accent or an extra component to your work. And now they're having that aha moment where like, oh, well, I can add that as like a added bonus to like a collector who has a collection of my physical works. It's mostly rooted in the artist, and then having that new technology be like a tool set that artist can now use. And I think it's something we're starting to see with like a lot of the younger artists who grew up that are a little more native to this tool set. So they're starting to already think in that way when they're actually like curating their body of work. I think the area of impact is just like bringing the narrative that the artist has closer to the audience, and touching people on a more personal level. I think essentially like that's what artists do. Is, artists has a lot of like soul. They have their passion, their ethos that's basically wrapped inside of their work. And sometimes maybe when we're just like viewing a piece of work in a digital or physical, we only get like a certain portion of that. But now that we're taking like blockchain technology and we're able to like enter the metaverse, maybe we have like a collectible project that has like utility base behind it. And I think these are these like extra abilities that now the artist has to connect to their audience on a deeper level. Artists are creating not only like work, not only collectors, but communities. Like, they're already starting to develop like an ethos. Like, maybe, for example, Sutu, he's got his neons, which is incredible. This neons community, which is now living. He's building the Sutuverse. And you're seeing that this is a community that's coming from his imagination. It's starting to come to fruition. And people are, they're gravitated towards that because they can identify to that community. There's other communities that are happening that maybe other individuals can identify. So they would probably, maybe go more on board with that artist. But I think that's the unique thing is that as individuals, we all have like our network that we spend time with, our people. And now we're also finding like a digital component to these networks that's now allowing us to connect on like a much deeper level to individuals that we may not meet in the real world, but then connecting with them on a digital community then brings them into the real world. And I think that's that real, going back to the digi-fizzy component, that's quite valuable that we're seeing within this new renaissance of artwork.